Well, I think I'm all set up here to start planing those 2x6s. Got the planer, I pulled it out here, got a tarp set up to catch the shavings. Put a stand, a roller stand out here a ways to kind of help support the boards once they come out of the planer. I don't know, might have to move it out farther for those longer ones, I don't know. Well, I cleaned the Gookumpucky, the rust prohibitive, off the planer table again and got it set up for 2 inches, and I just run a board and it went right through there. I just pushed it through by hand. I was setting up the rollers in the planer bed and this outfeed roller too. Now I've got 66 or 67 of those to do. I don't really have a good way of bringing those through, stacking them up, and then putting them back in through. I guess I could have brought that planer out here and turned it around, and then I could, oh, I don't know what I could do. And I don't have enough room here to stack them up on one side and then pick them up with the forklift or something and move them back over to the other side like I did with those 5-footers that I did for the fish ladder. I think what I'll do is run them through there one at a time, take them back over and stack them up on that pallet on the free side of it, and then just keep doing that. I don't know what else to do. Well, anyway, I gotta go get a fresh pair of earplugs and we'll get started at this. Well, I guess I kind of got a system figured out. I'm not going to have enough room in that hangar to restack all those boards after they go through. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll just keep working at it. Now, some of those are just barely touching when they go through there. Other ones are getting a pretty good finish on them already. Not a finish, but they have to go through another time or two, but some of them are going to take more than that. Some of them didn't even touch the knives, which is typical. So I ran all those 2x6s through the planer twice yesterday. Some of them got cleaned up on both sides. Some of them got cleaned up on just one side. Some of them haven't got cleaned up on the one side yet. Anyway, I run everything through there twice. Then I got wore out and got late. So I put everything away. It started raining overnight and it's raining this morning, so I didn't get an early start on this stuff. I don't have to fly today, so I was going to work on it today, but quit raining for a while now, so we'll get to it and see if we can't get this through. I wanted to make those ceiling panels, the ceiling boards, deck boards, into a panel, a tongue and groove panel. So it has a tongue and groove on it, and it also has a V-groove where the tongue and groove meet. And I've got cutters for that for my shaper, but they won't work on anything more than 1 inch thickness. Oh, these are going to be 1.5 inches, so I spent most of the morning looking online for cutters for that, and I'm going to have to order something. I've got a 3-inch planer molder head for the shaper, and I can order bits for that, or blades, knives, whatever you want to call them, for that. So that's what I'm going to have to do. But today's Sunday, and of course they have to have them custom ordered. You can't just order them. They've got them, but I can't figure out how to get a hold of anybody to order them without just calling them up and placing the order in person. So I'll have to wait. Well, tomorrow's Monday. I got to fly tomorrow. I don't know whether any of those places will be open by the time I get back tomorrow or not because of the time difference here. Anyway, I just ran my cutoff ends, practice pieces, through the planer and got those down. So I'll put those out of the way, and then I'll start running the rest of those sticks through there. Well, I set my feed speed down to the lowest setting, and I'm getting a beautiful finish on these. So far, all of these have got a real nice surface on them. Most of these are the second side that didn't, the first side that I did that didn't quite get cleaned up, and then the second time I run them through, some of them that got cleaned up on the first side or close to it, then I turned them over and cleaned up the second side. So now I'm cleaning up the side that didn't get cleaned up, and they're turning out just beautiful. Doggone machine though is still not kicking the boards out. They come out through the first feed roller, and the second feed roller just won't feed them out of there. It doesn't make any difference whether they're long or short or what. It's just not. And I thought it was maybe there wasn't enough pressure on it. I dropped that outboard feed roller down a little bit, and it still won't kick them out. And you can see where it's spinning on the board, just not pulling it through. So I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, I'll measure these up and see what I get. For the deck boards, it doesn't make any difference as long as they're all uniform thickness, which they'll be when they get out of this. For the ceiling boards, I want them all exactly 1.5 inches. So I'll take some measurements on them when I get down and see if I need to run them through again or not. Once I get this done, run through the planer, then I've got to get the jointer out, get it cleaned up and set up, and joint one side. And then I've got to figure out either the radial arm saw or the table saw or something to cut them down to width to joint the other side to get them nice and uniform width. So anyway, we'll keep working on this. Alright, I got them all run through the third time, and they all look really good. I had one 10-footer that still got some saw marks and stuff on the back side of it, but it's pretty well flattened out. I was afraid at first when I looked at it that I was going to reject it, but once I looked, the one face on it is pretty. So it's a uniform thickness, and so they're all uniform thickness now. And the 10-footers, the ones for the floor deck, are going to be good enough like that. I may have to run the ones for the roof panel, the roof deck, back through one more time because they're 1 5/8 inches thick right now. I guess I could have the tongue and groove knives made for 1 5/8 inches, but they come standard as 1.5 inches, so I could run them through one more time, get them prettied up really good, and then they'd be the right size for the standard knife blade. Oh, Judy's been out here
starting to rain,
cleaning up the sawdust just as fast as I'm making it, just about, because I was afraid it was going to rain, and it's held off until now, and it's just now starting, so that was good. I finished just in time. Oh, I don't know how many bags of chips did you get
Probably, I don't know, 10, 12?
today?
Oh no, total. Today, I got, I have to count them. I got 10 today.
She got 10 today plus 1.5 here, or almost 2 here. You got in a pile, so.
No, one.
Oh, she says she can get all that in one bag. We'll see. Anyway, we got lots of chips, lots of shavings. Good fire starter. And that pile is not near as big as it was. I should have measured how high it was with so many, certain number of sticks in it before I started and how much it is now. But taking 3/8 of an inch off of it, I think, so far. So pretty close to that anyway.